Keeping your business safe and secure from the inside out, that's just one of the services our security experts at DK Security provides to West Michigan businesses.
And Dr. Catherine Kendall from DK Security is here to talk about HonorLine, an anonymous hotline. And tell us, what is HonorLine?
HonorLine is a hotline. It's owned and operated by DK Security, and it's an anonymous method for employees of businesses, different companies, to report instances of employee misconduct, theft, anything occurring inside the business that should be reported, but employees may be afraid to report without being able to do it anonymously.
And why is that, anonymity such an important part of this?
Well, just the fear of retaliation or losing their job or then having to return to work with the people that they just reported, and it's a fearful process. If this is your income and putting food on your table, there's a lot at risk if you're choosing to report something occurring with your supervisor or your coworkers. It's a very scary concept for people.
Especially maybe if you've been in the same workplace for a number of years. You may even have a close personal relationship with some of these people who have maybe started to make some bad, unethical, or illegal decisions with their workplace practices.
That's exactly true. That's a very good point. I mean, it could be a personal friend, it could be someone in a superior position. It's just a very scary thing to be the one to report something that is going on.
Every business is susceptible to this. Have you noticed with the economy down and so forth that more of these crimes are occurring?
I don't know that more crimes are occurring. I think more reporting is occurring. I think people are fearful that the company they're working for will somehow be negatively affected if they don't report. I mean, these are good, honest people that want to keep their jobs, that care about the companies they work for, and they want to report. They want to continue thriving in their place of employment, so they want their employer to do well. So I think that reporting has increased.
And we know that even some of the federal laws have changed so that the requirements are there for you. If you know something is going on that's fraudulent, illegal, you really do need to report that. What kinds of activities are we talking about?
In terms of what people report?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, anything unethical, illegal. It could be a harassment issue, sexual harassment, any types of threats of workplace violence, theft rings, anything, there's a list there, narcotics use, discrimination, anything that could put your company at risk, anything that poses a liability if the company is unaware of these things.
And so the process, how does it all work?
Well, the first step is to decide in your company who you would like to receive the reports from us. Who do you want the information to go to? Is it the Human Resources Department? In some instances, it's the owner of the company. He wants it directly to him, no one else to see what's happening. And then the next step is to educate your employees that this is a system put in place at your company. You want to teach them how it works, what it's for, post the phone number. If they don't know it exists and don't know the number, it's a useless process. So you really want to get that number out to the employees, post it in the break rooms, put it in the paychecks, and then teach them how to use it. It's a 24-hour-a-day system. So someone getting off a shift at 4 in the morning can go home and call, and it's private. And then the report comes in, and we assign a number, so therefore the person calling can call back in 2 days with their number, their code, and either receive information of maybe what has occurred, or it gives the employer the opportunity to come back and ask questions through us. So the employer might say, ask these 3 questions. So when the employee calls back, we have a chance to communicate on their behalf.
So you're really that interface between the people who are in charge at the company, whether it's a local branch of a national organization or a locally owned business. You're the interface.
We are, and it's so confidential. It's completely confidential. There's not even a caller ID on the system. Our agreement with the telephone company, we can never receive a list of the calls and the numbers coming through.
That's really important for people to know, because you are serious about the anonymity of this process.
Exactly, and we don't work for the company, so we're not going to recognize voices. We're not going to figure out who they're talking about. I mean, it's really confidential. That's the beauty of having that third party. We have no dog in the fight. It's just
Right,
we're just
exactly.
taking the report, we're asking certain questions to get the best information, and then we're handing it back over to the company.
Wow, that's
Fantastic.
really great.
Yeah, symbiotic relationship. Now, once again, can you tell us how to contact you?
Well, our website is the easiest way, dksecurity.com. You can enter your information in our contact page, and it's just really easy. We'll get an email immediately. We can call you right back, and that's the quickest way to get some information.
And you really run the gamut of the kinds of security services that you offer, everything from personal protection of executives to having uniformed staff and guards.
Absolutely, we do everything. In fact, HonorLine ties in a lot with our investigative division, because when you hear of these things going on, what's the next step? You know, they call us back and they say, what do we do now? And that's how the security officers or cameras or undercover people in the plants, that so many different things occur from these HonorLine calls that require additional security services.
And you're locally owned?
We're locally owned, Michigan
great.
owned, so we're very proud about that.
Well, thank you so much. You're our security experts, and we really
you.
appreciate that relationship that we have with you. Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
That's West.